Welcome to Nintendo News. I'm your host, Chris Tysus, and we're here to talk about the latest NNN show, where I talk about life and things like that. And our last NNN show was very popular, talking about the Nintendo Switch's week launch lineup and expensive pricing. So it's been a range of lots of debate on YouTube, which has been interesting. So, but I have calmed down about the Switch, and I think I'm more upset about the launch games and the accessory pricings. But we'll see what happens. That's going to be the interesting thing over the next couple months now. So it's not long until it comes out. But what we have heard about the Nintendo Switch is it will have no Streetpass or Miiverse coming out. And those services will be axed. And the Switch will not have it. Now, this obviously brings up the question of what is going to happen to Streetpass groups. And I say that the support for the Nintendo 3DS will keep on going onwards into 2017. And I also think that you'll still see some games coming out for it in 2018, but not many. Now, what do I think about the future of Streetpass groups? Because I guess that's the big question. Because they've been very popular over the years and all that sort of thing. And I'm just not too sure. That's the thing about it. I think it's going to be based on how organised the Streetpass groups are. And I know that the one that I go to in Canberra is quite organised, in terms of they have meetups every 2 weeks. You know what day it's going to be and where it's going to be. The format doesn't change. I think part of the problem with the Canberra group is maybe the games that are played are not quite varied. A lot of people just come in for the street passes and have a bit of a gossip and not flick out their consoles and play. But that's the nature of different groups. There'll be positives and negatives in that. And I noticed that the Sydney group meets up only once every 2 months, so that could hurt it a lot. Melbourne group sort of organises it on a whim, it's not sort of a set date. Brisbane group seems to be a monthly meetup, which is more scheduled and more organised. So they're the groups that I sort of know about here in Australia. And I think the Streetpass group's saving grace is Nintendo's online paid system. Now, you have to pay to play online this time for the Nintendo Switch, as they're joining the ranks of Sony and Microsoft's decisions to charge for the honours of being online to play. Now, it means that you have to play Mario Kart 8 online. You have to pay for that, and for Smash Brothers, and even to trade Pokemon, you would have to pay. But if you knew of a group of Nintendo fans to go to, you could trade your Pokemon and play Mario Kart 8 with other people for free. So, and that's what the Switch as a home console presents, is that portability and that ability to still play multiplayer for free, where the PS4 and Xbox One doesn't, really, in terms of like a LAN sort of connection thing. Really you just have to be online to play against your friends. So there's still that sort of unique feature, I guess, of the console. Now, we don't really live in an era of local multiplayer like the N64 was famous for, and PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1, etc. So I think that would be the Streetpass group's saving grace. And it really depends on how close-knit the group is and the dynamics and all that sort of thing. And I think that might be the best advertising tool. Trade Pokemon for free. But yeah, I think what the groups will need to do is adapt and change over time, like Nintendo has, And I think a lot of people will be playing the Switch at Streetpass groups, and I think they'll bring them along as well as the 3DS and play the new games on it. Obviously, well, not April, but May will be very popular with Mario Kart 8 as a local multiplayer game. You can play up to 8 players, and it will be crazy. It's going to be a lot of fun, and how beautiful those screens look on the Nintendo Switch. But getting on to my point, I think the future of Street Pass groups really depends on that free multiplayer stuff and how organized and put together these Street Pass groups are. If they're very flimsy, they only turn up once a blue moon, then people won't bother traveling to the other side of the city or long distances to possibly play a game that they hope that other people have the game cartridge for, and on the off chance they might find a couple Monster Hunter fans or something like that. So it's going to be interesting, and I hope that Street Pass groups continue onwards. I've been away from my group for a little bit because I'm busy with Ninja News, and they don't quite play the games that I have, which is always a difficult thing. But no, I should be heading back there pretty soonish, I guess, next month, I guess. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, the future Street Pass. And sadly, the end of Miiverse 2. It's been a very popular social community board, you can call it a forum board, of images and things like that. And some really great pictures being done on Miiverse over the years. And that service has also been axed. But I would say there will still be a few years left of Miiverse on the Wii U before they start shutting down those online services. So it's going to be interesting. So that's it for me, and I shall see you later on.